Let's get Cribz.
Hi, I'm Squashed Out, and I've been making music for about 10 years now, and recently started teaching for Defier Media, and yeah, I make all different kinds of music, so like anything from like pop music to trap and all that good stuff. So the way I got into like producing and stuff was I used to be into rock and all that, and I kind of ended up hearing too much of it. So I asked my friend Mackie growing up if he had any other like recommendations, and he got me into electronic music with like Deadmau5 and DJ Ravine and stuff like that. And yeah, I was like, this is awesome, I love it. But my biggest problem with Deadmau5 was just like the 3-minute long intros and stuff like that. And I was like, this is really cool, but I wonder if I could make more of like a rock kind of version where you don't have to wait like minutes and minutes for anything to happen, and maybe make it a bit more aggressive. And then yeah, my dad actually picked me up a copy of Ableton, and so that's kind of where I started. Probably what I like the most about my current setup is that it's really easy to kind of like take apart, because right now I'm just running off of a laptop, and so it's the same laptop that I take like when I like produce at a friend's house or something. So I've got like those like little sticky cable holders that just go on like the glass thing over there, and so I can just plop them all out, take the laptop, and I don't have to like bend over all the way to the ground and like do like a cable search for it. So it's nice to kind of like put back together and take down for on the road. So this is my studio, this is my setup. I've just got some Mackie monitors, and the reason why they're on their side like this is just because where my like desk is sitting, you want the tweeter of the speakers to like hit your ear and be level with your ear, and like when they're on those stands like facing upwards, they're just like really high, and even though it's like a bit of a wonky setup, it actually sounds a bit better for the untreated room and just kind of like how things are set up. So that's why those are there like that. And yeah, just standard stuff like an audio interface. I've got this tablet that just helps me control my streaming stuff here. So let's turn this back on. Hello. And I'll get that going. So yeah, I've got a nice little wireless charger here for my phone, which is nice because I can just kind of plop it down. I've got this remote which just controls like a on-air sign for when I'm streaming, just so like family members and friends like know that I'm doing that and I'm live. And then my girlfriend Kat, she got me this little LED strip for behind my desk, which is actually really nice. Like if I'm working on like aggressive music, I'll turn it to red, and if I'm working on like some pop stuff, I'll turn it to like purple or something like that. So it's nice for kind of staying inspired. And yeah, so for the tablet here, I just got some controls here, so like I can switch between this mode over here, and then like if I press this button, it'll like zoom in on my face. So like if someone's song is actually good, I'll like kind of do this and like zoom in. And then this one's just like a screen capture, so I can like explain something in Ableton, all that good stuff. And then over here, I've got the controllers I use for live performance. So recently I had a gig where I was able to actually do live performance instead of DJing, and mostly I just use this guy here, which is the MIDI Fighter 3D, and it's really nice. It's however many this is arcade buttons, and super responsive, and it's just really fun to kind of like play on arcade buttons. And yeah, it's really cool too, because like if you press down on a button, you have expression by the gyroscope in it, and you can like turn it and twist it and stuff to like do little accents and stuff to the sound. And then we got this dude, which is the Artiphon Instrument 1. And it's kind of like a cross between a normal MIDI keyboard, a guitar, and if you know the layout of a violin, you can also play it with one of those PlayStation remotes, and you can like use that as the string, and then you can like do some aftertouch like violin stuff by like moving the strings back and forth. So super cool controller. You can even use it just as like a drum pad for each fret area. So yeah, that's what I use for like live performance stuff. And yeah, then I've got just the DDJ 1000 for practicing doing the mixes and stuff, which is nice. I'm not using 4 channels yet, but that way I've got a 4-channel mixer for like when I'm good at DJing and can do some like chopping and stuff. So yeah, and that's about it. Probably for like all time, I'd say Skrillex for sure. Tyler the Creator is a huge one. Arca, I don't know if you've heard of Arca. He does really weird industrial like experimental kind of music, and he had this one album called Mutant, because most of his albums kind of end up sounding different, but the sound design was really cool for an experimental album. Like it was a little bit more advanced. Like the other kind of like noisy experimental stuff I had heard before was just, it wasn't really produced that well. But like he was like a real producer. Like he's produced for FKA Twigs and a bunch of other like singers and stuff, so he knows what he's doing. And yeah, as far as like sound design goes, Arca's a huge inspiration. Let's see, I've mentioned Skrillex, Arca, let's see, Porter Robinson for sure, definitely a big one. But basically any artist who is more than like just a few % different, especially with EDM, just because like a lot of it, even if it is kind of unique, it's just like the tone color of their song is slightly different, but it's like in the same generic package. So any artist that kind of like does their own thing is a big inspiration. Cashmere Cat would be another big one for sure. And Flume is like the #1 inspiration right now for sure. I've got some collabs with Subject 31, and then some friends of mine in Korea. So Juntaro and Mini Monster, we've got some collabs, and then with Nick Tesco, we've got like 15, and probably like 3 or 4 that are like basically done. And yeah, I might even start releasing like non-aggressive music under a couple other artist names. So basically like my main pages would be my YouTube, which I'll give you a link, because like I'm under 1,000 subscribers, so it doesn't actually give you like an actual like squashed out / YouTube kind of thing. And Instagram, which is just squashed_out, and Spotify and all that good stuff for the music. Thanks for watching, and yeah.
Hey, what is up guys? Thank you for watching this episode of Cribz on Tour. This is an extension of my previous series, YYC Cribz, where I visit with local DJs and producers, specifically in Calgary. So if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to check that series out as well. Please check out my friend Sean's pages. You can find them on most social media as Squashed Out. All his links are in the description below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please give it a crispy thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon.